The 2024 inauguration is now called to order. Councilor Manning Martin will assume the chair as President pro tempore.
Thank you. Would the Peabody Veterans Council please join us for the procession? Thank you. Would the police, fire, honor guard, led by the police chief and the fire chief, accompanied by the PVMHS Air Force JROTC, please join us to lead us as well for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would the councilors please take their seats? I would like to welcome Bishop Brunel Dironet of the Heritage Church of the Everlasting Life of Haiti for the invocation.
Thank you for standing up for opening prayer. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bishop Brunel Dironet of Église Héritage de la Vie Éternelle. We are here in a congregation in our city that is here to serve all in our community. We are thankful that we are elected officials and our mayor, Bethencourt, and our honorable governor, Moahili, committed to lead our city and our Commonwealth. It is my humble honor to stand before the Peabody community to pray. I will be praying in Haitian Creole, and I welcome all to reflect and on God's blessings and mercies to all in our city and our states. Please, everyone, close your eyes for prayer. Éternel, notre Dieu, Alpha et l'Oméga, le commencement et la fin. Dieu de gloire, Dieu de bonté, Dieu de miséricorde. Nous présenter devant, cher Seigneur Dieu, avec humilité pour nous dire merci, Éternel notre Dieu, pour une cérémonie noble. Et avec tout, cher Seigneur Dieu, et City Councilor et d'autres, Éternel notre Dieu, notre meilleur, cher Seigneur Dieu, que vous avez pouvoir, autorité pour diriger notre assemblée et, cher Seigneur Dieu, et congrégation et tout, Éternel notre Dieu. Nous disons merci une fois encore, que ton nom soit béni et exalté, que gloire manifestée, cher Seigneur Dieu. Avec nous, nous te bénissons, que ton nom soit béni et exalté. Nous te prions au nom de Jésus-Christ. À lui soit la gloire, puissance, la majesté au siècle des siècles. Amen. You may be seated.
Thank you, Bishop Durnett. Would the clerk please read the record of the election?
The election record for 2023 at the municipal election held on November 7th, 2023, 7,582 of the city's 39,347 registered voters, which represented 19.26%, cast their ballots. The following were elected to their respected offices. Office of the Mayor, 2-year term, Edward A. Betancourt, Jr. Councilors at Large, 2-year term, Thomas L. Gould, Ann M. Manning Martin, Ryan Melville, Thomas J. Rosignol, John G. Turco. Ward Councilors, 2-year term, Ward 1, Craig Welton, Ward 2, Peter McGinn, Ward 3, Stephanie Peach, Ward 4, Julie Daigle, Ward 5, David Gamache, Ward 6, Michael T. Higgins. School Committee, 4-year term, Joseph Amico, Brandy L. Carpenter, John C. Olympio. Municipal Light Commissioner, 6-year term, William Christopher Aylward, Thomas M. D'Amato. Municipal Light Commissioner, 2-year term, Tracy M. Valetti. Trustees of the Peabody Institute Library, 6-year term, Stacy L. Dolan, Francis Bazaza Galugi, Kate E. O'Brien, Katrina J. Vasallo.
No. Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. I'd like to welcome Governor Maura Healey to administer the oath of office to Peabody's Mayor Ted Betancourt.
Governor, these are my parents. Ed and
You mind if I move closer?
Yes.
Oh, it's great. Here. We want everyone to hear you.
Yes.
It's not like you haven't done this before. Well, good evening. Thank you, Madam Clerk. If you would please repeat after me. I
I,
state your name.
Edward A. Betancourt, Jr.,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all duties incumbent upon me as mayor,
all duties incumbent upon me as mayor,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
and the laws of the Commonwealth,
and the laws of the Commonwealth,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Peabody.
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Peabody.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And I
And I
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Governor. Would the city clerk please administer the oath of office to the council?
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as a member of the Peabody City Council according to the best of my ability and understanding, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and laws of this Commonwealth, and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Peabody. So help me God. And I do solemnly swear that I will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Would the city clerk please now administer the oath of office to the school committee members-elect?
I, John Olympio, do solemnly swear
That I
I'll faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me of the member of the Peabody School Committee according to my best of my ability and understanding, the rules and the regulations of the Constitution and the laws of this Commonwealth,
and the
charters and ordinances of the City of Peabody. So help me God. I do solemnly swear I will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So help me God. Thank you.
Thank you. Would the municipal light commissioners-elect please join the clerk for the administering of the oath of office?
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Tracy Valetti,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
all duties incumbent upon me
all duties incumbent upon me
as a light commissioner
as a light commissioner
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations
of the Constitution and laws of this Commonwealth,
of the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth,
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and ordinances
of the Peabody.
of the City of Peabody.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And I do solemnly swear
And I do solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend
that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Would the trustees of the Peabody Institute Library please join us for the oath of office?
Please raise your right hand.
State your name.
I, Katrina J. Vasala,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all duties incumbent upon me
all duties incumbent upon me
as a library trustee
as a library trustee
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations
agreeably to the rules and regulations,
of the Constitution and laws of this Commonwealth
the Constitution and laws of this Commonwealth,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Peabody,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Peabody,
so help me God.
so help me God.
And I do solemnly swear
And I do solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend
that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Next on the agenda is the election of the President of the City Council for the year 2024. Councilor Turco.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm thrilled to nominate Councilor Stephanie Ruth Peach for the position of City Council President for 2024. Stephanie's profound commitment to public service and tireless efforts in addressing community needs make her an exceptional candidate for this leadership role. With experience as a legislative aide to former State Representative Leah Cole and now entering her second term on the City Council, Stephanie has demonstrated exemplary leadership skills, actively engaging with diverse perspectives, fostering collaboration, and advocating for causes that enhance the well-being of our residents. Her dedication to transparency, accountability, and inclusivity is evident in her track record of successful initiatives. I'm confident that Stephanie's vision, coupled with her valuable experience, will make her an outstanding City Council President, driving positive change and ensuring continued prosperity for the City of Peabody.
Thank you, Councilor Turco. Are there any other nominations? Do I hear a motion to close the nominations? On the motion, all in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. On the motion, roll call.
Councilors Daigle,
Stephanie Ruth Peach.
Gamache,
Stephanie Ruth Peach.
Gould,
Stephanie Peach.
Higgins,
Stephanie Ruth Peach.
Manning Martin,
Stephanie Ruth Peach.
McGinn,
Stephanie Ruth Peach.
Melville,
Stephanie Ruth Peach.
Peach,
Present.
Rossignol,
Stephanie Ruth Peach.
Turco,
Stephanie Ruth Peach.
Welton,
Stephanie Ruth Peach.
Stephanie R. Peach, elected City Council President for the year 2024.
Congratulations, Madam President.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening. I'd first like to recognize our outgoing council president for 2023, Councilor Welton of Ward 1. I'd like to thank you for your leadership, your friendship, and a very productive year on this council. I now invite you to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I can hardly believe it's been a full year since I was at this podium relaying how grateful I was for the opportunity to serve as the Peabody City Council President. Tonight, I once again stand before you incredibly appreciative for this opportunity. Serving as the President of the Peabody City Council has been a tremendous honor and privilege. I'd like to first thank my wonderful family, and especially my wife, Emily, and my amazing kids, Claire, Charlie, Harry, George, and Sam, for always supporting me and understanding when I needed to leave a baseball game early or come home late after a meeting. You're all the reason I decided to run for office, and you're the motivation that I have to do the best I can for this amazing community that we're so fortunate to call home. To our city's administration staff, including all of our dedicated department heads and their teams who keep the city running, and to Chief Griffin and Chief Dowling and our first responders who keep the city safe, I thank you all. During this past year and throughout my tenure as a city councilor, I've had the pleasure of interacting with many of you and have always found these interactions to be productive and reflective of a deep-seated desire to keep our city moving in the right direction. To Mayor Betancourt, thank you for your vision of advancing Peabody while keeping our city of nearly 60,000 feeling like a small town. You worked tirelessly to make Peabody a great place to call home, and I'm grateful for your leadership. To Allison Danforth and your incredible team, thank you so much for all your help throughout this year, reminding me which votes can be roll calls, helping me navigate Zoom, and making sure I didn't miss anything on the agenda. Lastly, I'd like to thank each of my colleagues on the City Council. Like each term, there are unexpected challenges and exciting new opportunities that arose. But if I were pressed for what I was most proud of during my tenure as a City Council President, it was being able to efficiently and effectively serve the citizens of Peabody as a council in a collegial and civil manner. I can honestly tell you that I count each of you as a true friend, and that my admiration of each of your talents and unquestioned dedication to this great city has only grown over this past year. The role of City Council President can be challenging. You're tasked with keeping the meetings moving while making sure nothing is missed. There are late communications, last-minute changes, and things don't always go as planned. When you throw necessary debate and different opinions into a packed agenda in a less than smooth meeting, disagreements are expected. It would be expected these disagreements would often become arguments. However, this council was nothing short of exemplary in moving forward the business of this city in a civil and respectful manner throughout the entire year. We're living in interesting times where unfortunately many elected officials have forgotten how to constructively debate, refuse to compromise, and put their interests ahead of the interests of their constituents. I can truthfully say that this is not the case for this legislative body. And serving as the president of this city council has underscored for me that a group of caring individuals who leave their egos at the door can actually get a lot done for their community. I can't thank each of you enough for your patience with me, your respectful approach, ensuring that we all made as big an impact as possible over this past year, and for your dedication to the city of Peabody. To Stephanie, I wish you the best of luck as our incoming council president. You've served the residents of Ward 3 incredibly well during your tenure, and I know you'll do an excellent job as our next president. I promise if I could figure it out, you'll have no problem with it. But if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to direct you to Ryan, Tom, Ann, John, any of them, because they'll be more than happy to help you, as they were more than happy to help me over the last year. I'm here for whatever you need, and count me a phone call away for any questions you might have. Thank you all for your time this evening, and thank you all for allowing me to serve as president this past year. It's been a great honor.
Thank you, Councilor Welton. On behalf of the Mayor's office, the Clerk's office, and the Council, we wanted to present you with this gift and thank you for your service. Good evening. Thank you, Councilor Welton, for those kind words. I'll be sure to call everyone else first. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to the elected officials, to our Governor, Maura Healey, to our Governor's Counselor, Ms. Duff, to our state delegation, Senator Lovely, Representative Walsh, Representative Cairns, to the Mayor, to the other city officials, city department heads, workers, and other elected officials here with us tonight. Our police chief, our fire chief, Chief Griffin and Dowling, welcome. To our honored veterans, our family, our friends, our residents who are here tonight, and those who are joining us from home, thank you to Peabody TV for broadcasting tonight's events. I'm very honored to be serving this council as the 2024 president. It's hard to believe that it's 2024. Thank you, Councilor Turco, for your kind words and for your nomination. You were a friend much long before you were a colleague. Thank you to the rest of the council for your trust in me to be the council president this year. As a council, we strive to set policy, procedures, and approve projects that will elevate our community and set future generations up for success. As we close the doors on 2023, I specifically look back to the council approving land purchases to preserve open space and supporting the application for a new high school, both which I believe will be significant to the future of this city. We also continue to work on our charter in 2023. The charter is the foundation for local government, and in 2024, this council will finish our review. The mayor also launched a steering committee for the city's master plan in 2023, a plan that residents, employees, elected officials, including this council, will play a role in developing and implementing. I'm sure you'll hear more about that later tonight. As I look forward to 2024, I'm excited and hopeful that we will have an updated and operational charter and a 20-year master plan to end the year. I look forward to the vision and the policies that this council puts forward to support the future of our city. As council president, I look forward to welcoming respectful debate and commentary to our meetings, not only from councilors, but from the public. I pledge to be a fair and transparent council president. While it might not make for the best TV, it does make for the best government. I'd like to thank the councilors I've served with over the last 2 years. I would not feel prepared to take on this role without your support. And welcome to Councilor Higgins, newly elected to Ward 6. I look forward to serving with you. I'd also like to thank the clerk's office in advance for all the questions I will have, as you'll probably see me whispering to Clerk Danforth every few minutes. And thank you to the mayor and his office for your support over the last 2 years. I look forward to continuing to work with you in this next year. No elected official in this room will tell you they can be successful on their own. Our collaboration is the key to our success. Finally, I'd like to thank my family. Yeah, clap. I don't think talking about my family will ever not be emotional. I'd like to thank my husband, AJ, my 2 girls, Cecilia and Madison, my parents who are here, who have absolutely no idea where this passion for politics came from, my in-laws, my siblings, my nieces and my nephews. This job is a lot more than what you see on TV every 2 weeks. Without my family's support, I wouldn't be able to do what I love, which is serving my community. Thank you for handling bedtime solo, for last-minute babysitting, for coming with me to check on cracked sidewalks and various other complaints. It means very much, and I'm forever grateful. Congratulations to all the elected officials sworn in tonight. 2024 will be a great year. I look forward to working with you all. God bless you, God bless the city of Peabody, and Happy New Year. The first order of business will be the City Council seating assignments, and I will turn that over to the City Clerk.
We will draw for seating positions for 2024. I will draw by alphabetical order. Councilor Daigle. Number 8. Seat number 8. See if I can do this okay. Councilor Gamache. Seat number 5, Councilor Gould. Seat number 7, Councilor Higgins. Seat number 10, Councilor Manning Martin. Seat number 9, Counselor McGinn. Seat number 6, Counselor Melville. Seat number 4, Counselor Rosignol. Seat number 2, Counselor Turco. Seat number 1 for Counselor Turco, Counselor Welton. Seat number 3 for Counselor Welton.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The next order of business will be motions, orders, and resolutions. Any motions this evening? Seeing none, the council will vacate their chairs for the school committee organization. In the interim, we'll enjoy musical selection performed by the PVMHS Chorale, directed by John Simmons. Thank you.
Actually, can we get a round of applause for our incredible student athletes, student performers that are here today, led by Mr. Simmons and Mr. Jones. Please join me in a round of applause. But we have more to come from them. I wanted to ask our school committee members to take their seats for a very brief meeting. Okay, I'd like to call to order a special meeting of the Peabody School Committee. I'd like to first start off with a motion to adopt our bylaws for the upcoming year.
So moved.
Thank you. You've heard the motion by Mrs. Dunn, seconded by Mr. Amico. That's a unanimous vote in favor. All approved. Next, we will do our drawing of seat assignments. And let's start out first with Mr. Hockman. Let's go with seat number 1 over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seat number 1, Mr. Olympio. Thank you. Seat number 7, that could be a problem since we have 6 school committee members. Let's go with seat number 4. I think we're good now. Mr. Swanson? Seat number 2? Mr. Amico? Thank you. Seat number 6? Beverly Griffin Dunn? Seat number 3, and Ms. Carpenter, seat number 5. Okay, thank you. And next we will go to nominations for the very coveted position of Vice Chair of the School Committee. Mr. Olympio?
I'd like to make a motion to nominate a great man, a great asset to this community, a great asset to this school committee, John Swanson.
Second.
Thank you. Heard the motion by Mr. Olympio, seconded by Mr. Amico. Do we have any other nominations? Hearing none, roll call on the approval of Mr. Swanson as our Vice Chair. Mr. Olympio?
Yes.
Mrs. Carpenter?
John Swanson.
Mr. Amico?
John Swanson.
Mr. Hockman?
John P. Swanson.
Mr. Swanson?
Present.
Mrs. Dunn?
John Swanson.
Congratulations, Mr. Swanson. Vice Chair. And next, we will have any nominations for the position of Secretary of the Peabody School Committee. I'll open that up for nominations. Mr. Hockman?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I nominate Brandy Carpenter as Secretary of the Peabody School Committee. Brandy's a long-serving member of the school committee, I think second in tenure, served the city, the students, the staff, the administration well during her many, many years of service, and I think she'll be a wonderful secretary. So I nominate Brandy Carpenter as Secretary for 2024 of the Peabody School Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Hockman. You've heard the motion, seconded by Mrs. Dunn. A roll call, please. Mr. Olympio?
Miss Brandy L. Carpenter?
Thank you. Mrs. Carpenter?
Present.
Thank you. Mr. Amico?
Miss Brandy L. Carpenter.
Thank you. Mr. Hockman?
Brandy L. Carpenter.
Thank you. Mr. Swanson?
Brandy L. Carpenter.
And Mrs. Dunn?
Brandy L. Carpenter.
Great. Congratulations, Mrs. Carpenter. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to entertain or I'd welcome a motion to adjourn our meeting.
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Dunn, seconded by Mr. Swanson. All in favor, thank you so much. I'd ask the City Council to take their seats. Thank you. Our City Hall and our city had a devastating blow when our beloved city clerk, Tim Spanos, passed away in November. Tim had remarkable skill and dedication to his job, over 40 years working in our clerk's office, and was still helping us out, helping Allison and her team in the city clerk's office. But more importantly than the incredible work he did, he was a tremendous person with a giant heart, somebody that we could go to time and again for help and assistance and advice. I'm sure every single elected official in the city who's ever served with Tim can speak glowingly of what he meant to our city and to the City Hall operations. I want to recognize his wife, Janet, family members, Natalie, Megan, and so many of his friends and family that are here today, and I wanted to recognize them. Tim will forever be in our thoughts and remembered in the city very fondly and lovingly. We as a city wanted to pay tribute to his honor, and we've asked Mr. Simmons and our students to perform a song in memory of Tim Spanos.
Thank you to the high school chorale for that beautiful rendition of Amazing Grace. To Janet and the rest of Tim's family, Tim was a wonderful person, and we carry him dearly in our hearts. At this time, I'd like to welcome Governor Healy to the podium to say a few words. Thank you.
Well, good evening, Peabody. It is very, very exciting for me to be here tonight. It's an honor to be here tonight to celebrate Mayor Betancourt and the election of and re-election of so many wonderful folks who are willing to serve. So thank you for the invitation to be with you all tonight. I'm promised to toast at Champions later. I don't know if I can make it out in time or not. I got a budget to work on back at the State House, but know that I'm really, really happy to be here. And I want to give my greetings, though they come not just me, on behalf of Kim Driscoll, who knows a thing or two about being a mayor, our great lieutenant governor, and I know enjoyed a wonderful, wonderful partnership with you over many, many years. And she shares greetings as well with all of you. To Mayor Betancourt, to his wife and children, his parents, wonderful to see you. To members of our state legislature, my colleagues, Senator Lovely and Representative Walsh, Representative Cairns, thank you for the work you do day in and day out. Governor's Counselor Eileen Duff. I will note that of the current Supreme Judicial Court justices in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, 2 of 7 are Peabody High graduates. That's pretty impressive. Justice Lowy and Chief Justice Budd. So that's a hard percentage to top. To members of the City Council, Madam President, members of the School Committee, to members of the Municipal Light Commission, as an former Attorney General, I can appreciate the work you do looking to keep rates down. That's important work. And of course, to the library trustees. You know, Massachusetts, we're home to the first public library in the country. And so we appreciate the work of our trustees as well. To all of you, you know, these are hard times to serve, no matter where you are in government or where you are in this country. These are hard times to serve. And I personally appreciate the willingness of all of you to come forward and serve your community, serve Peabody. I also want to recognize the family members of those who serve, because they're the ones at home picking up and dropping off kids and getting them to practice and making dinner and, you know, doing a lot of things that need doing, because nobody really serves entirely on their own. So thank you to all those who enable public service. I didn't know Mr. Spanos, the city clerk, but that is a beautiful honor that we just witnessed, and I'm sorry, Janet, for your loss. We have not met, so forgive me for calling you by your first name, but you know, I grew up in a small town just north of here, and you know, those are the kinds of people, right, that make everything go in communities. So I think it was beautiful, Mayor, that he was acknowledged and celebrated tonight. Peabody is a special place. It's part of the history of this great state. Its history is woven deeply into Massachusetts. It's part of the story. Just look at this particularly beautiful hall. And I've had the opportunity over the last few days to spend some time in city halls around this great state. And there is no finer example of what a city hall can look like. So it's a special place, and I want you to know that the future of Peabody is about the future of Massachusetts, and that's sort of my message here tonight. I know that Peabody is a place where people work hard, where they look after one another, they take care of one another. Things have evolved through time in this community, and that's why local government is so important, because you are all the ones who help make that happen and help move things forward. And in this time, I think community is so important and good government is so important when you look at what's happening around so many places in this country. It's why community and the work you all do together is so, so important and represent the very best of what we can be. The fundamentals, keeping neighborhoods safe, keeping our young people educated, helping those who are less fortunate, fixing potholes and cleaning parks and opening up opportunities for economic development, lowering taxes. All these things are really, really important endeavors, and it's truly government by the people, for the people, and of the people. It's neighbors serving neighbors. I know that Mayor Betancourt has served in this role for a long time, and it's no wonder that he has, and he has earned the trust and the confidence, not only of the residents of Peabody, but of his colleagues in other cities around the Commonwealth, and of those of us who've had the privilege of working with him over many years. And he was rightly rewarded with this victory, and you know, the best thing that can be said about him is to point to all of what he's already delivered on here in Peabody, and that's what makes the prospect as you begin your 6th term all the more exciting. Congratulations on the high school, by the way. That's awesome. That is really great. And there's something else, too, about Ted Betancourt. You know, I had an opportunity, he was an actually really good basketball player. There's no confusion there, but he knows I like to play. And you had me up at Camp Eastman and over the Y to meet the kids. And, you know, I know how much delight you take in making sure that Peabody is doing all that it can for its young people. And it was clear from watching you interact with them that that was not your first time there or your 10th time there or your 20th time you're there, that you knew those kids, you knew their families, you knew their grandparents, right? You knew them, and those kids knew you. And for them to look up and play ball with you and horse around with you and look to you as their leader was really inspiring, and I think really, really important for our young people. And credit to the young people who were invited to participate today, because your gift of song and voice is really, really special. So I just want to acknowledge the young people who are here and to tell you that you have a tremendous leader in Ted Betancourt. You know, one of the things that Lieutenant Governor Driscoll and I are really clear about, and maybe it's because she comes with many years of experience as a mayor, which is really about problem solving. That's really where the rubber meets the road so often, is that this is about partnership. And we've long talked about Team Massachusetts. And the fundamentals of that team are about partnership. The success of this Commonwealth, I can assure you, is going to depend on how much we are able to support and partner with communities like Peabody. That's going to be the test, and that's something that we're really, really committed to doing with you. That continued partnership between our administration and all of you. And all of us believe that listening is the most important thing that we can do, and I want you to know, Mayor, that the LG and I will continue to listen to you and be guided by what you need and how you are seeing things, and it's going to be the key to making us the best that we can possibly be as a state. So I just wanted to be here tonight to pay tribute to your years of service and those of you who have opted to serve in these times. It's nice to see some familiar faces in the room as well, and to really end in the spirit of gratitude for the work that you do, and importantly for the work that you're going to do in the days and the months, in the years ahead, and to assure you that as you take on and meet these challenges, you will have our full support and full partnership. So God bless all of you. God bless the great city of Peabody. It is now my honor to invite up to the podium your wonderful mayor, Mayor Ted Betancourt.
Wow, thank you, Governor Healy, for those very kind words. I know how busy you are, zigzagging across our state always, and in particular the last few days. I know you've been attending other ceremonies, but to have you here in Peabody is very meaningful to me, very meaningful to all of us. So thank you for taking the time and being here. And you are a terrific partner, and I really look forward to the years ahead. So thank you so much. Well, thank you, everyone. Good evening. Bishop Brunel, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to be here with all of you this evening. Now, this is usually the moment where I recognize my wonderful wife and my 4 children, Taylor, Allie, Avery, and Brady. However, there are basketball games going on in my family right now. Over at Peabody High School, we are taking on Swampscott, and I was just told that we are winning, which is always good news. Yes. Go Tanners. The only thing better than beating Swampscott is beating Salem, which I love, always. I always let Lieutenant Governor Driscoll know that. But they're certainly here with me, my family. I wouldn't be able to do this work without their love and support. And although they're not here today, I certainly, they're with me. And I appreciate them always. But I've long since accepted where my inauguration ranks in the hierarchy of my family, and it's basketball first. I know, Governor, you would appreciate that. But my mother and father are here today, as always. I don't think my mother has ever missed a school committee or city council meeting on TV. Thank you for that. That is true, by the way. My sisters, Karen and Julie, are here, and it's so great to have my nieces, Emily and Kelsey, here as well. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. They've been recognized a couple times this evening, but I did want to recognize them again, our outstanding elected officials who are here tonight. Our Senator, Joan Lovely, our state representatives, Tom Walsh and Sally Currens, and our excellent Governor's Counselor, Eileen Duff. Thank you for all your leadership, friendship, and for your ongoing commitment to our city and our state. I'm going to speak tonight about some amazing city projects and progress we have made here in Peabody, and this work is possible in large part to the advocacy of our state legislators and the steadfast support of Governor Healy and her administration. To our school superintendent, Josh Vidala, and his administrative team, the members of the City Council, School Committee, Electric Light Commission, and the Board of Library Trustees. Thank you for the hard work that you do each day on behalf of your constituents. It is often unrecognized, but it is so needed and so important to our community and how we function. I would like to thank all of our city department heads, staff, and municipal employees for dedicating their professional lives towards improving our city. Many of them are here today, and I can never say it enough, but thank you for your work. I also extend my gratitude to the many volunteers who serve and have served over the years on our boards and commissions. Of course, I want to recognize our military veterans and their families and say thank you for your service to our country. You are our true heroes, and thank you. Thank you as well to the men and women who serve our community as police officers and firefighters. I'm the son of a police officer, a proud son. We are forever grateful to your commitment to public safety and for your sacrifices on our behalf. Congratulations to my good friend Stephanie Peach on her election as City Council President. Stephanie is a strong voice for the residents of Ward 3 and a determined advocate for responsible city government. The council will be in good hands in 2024. Thank you to outgoing Council President Craig Welton during her term. Now, I did notice that when Stephanie was introduced, she got a standing ovation. Craig didn't. Sorry, Craig. As president, Craig demonstrated strong leadership and organizational skills, as well as a willingness to work with my administration to help move our city forward. Our community is extremely grateful for Craig's ongoing commitment to residents with disabilities and programs which serve our youth. Thank you, Craig, for a job well done. I also wanted to recognize who's here today, our outgoing Ward 6 Councilor Mark O'Neill, who did a tremendous job representing his ward for a number of years, and I wanted to recognize and thank you, Mark. As I begin my 13th year as mayor, and it's amazing for me to say that, I find myself reflecting on our past, looking forward to our future, and more focused than ever on the present-day challenges and opportunities facing the great city of Peabody. When I was first elected, I identified my priorities as public safety, education, economic development, infrastructure, and the quality of life of our residents. As I consider the past, present, and future in each of these areas, I am proud of how far we have come and inspired by the progress we continue to make together. The night I was sworn in as mayor 13 years ago, our city was reeling from the loss of firefighter Jim Rice, who died in the line of duty 2 days before Christmas in 2011. In the midst of such a heart-wrenching tragedy, I was proud to see our community come together to support Jim's family, friends, and fellow firefighters. In the years that have followed, our community has demonstrated our love and support for those who are sworn to serve, protect, and sacrifice. In 2017, we dedicated the Peabody Police and Fire Memorial on Perkins Street, which features bronze statues of a police officer and firefighter standing side by side. The entrance to the site is paved with engraved bricks, many dedicated to police officers and firefighters who served our city with great distinction. The memorial stands to honor their dedication and sacrifice, and it is a great source of pride for Peabody residents. In 2019, we honored the memory of Jim Rice himself with the dedication of the James M. Rice Memorial Fields at the Higgins Middle School. On the same fields where Jim played as a young student athlete, now stands a beautiful and lasting tribute to his service and sacrifice. In 2023, our community suffered another devastating loss with the sudden passing of police officer Henry Breckenridge, a skilled officer and beloved member of our community. Henry was well known for his commitment to Peabody's youth, and last month I was honored to join Henry's family and students from across our city to dedicate the new West Elementary School playground in his honor. During the pandemic, the state's police and fire training academies shut down, making it difficult to fill vacancies in the ranks of our police and fire departments. Working together with the police and fire chiefs, we began a deliberate process to hire a large number of qualified, capable people who now serve as reserves and full-time police officers and firefighters. Our police and fire departments are once again operating at or near full capacity and continue to do the heroic work of protecting our community. And we continue to invest in the modern equipment and technology required for today's police and fire departments, including an enhanced microwave communication system and a new Ladder 1 fire truck delivered just this past summer. As we look to the future, Peabody will soon be home to a new public safety facility. 21st century law enforcement and public safety relies on the very latest equipment and technology. It is time Peabody had a state-of-the-art complex to serve as administrative headquarters to the Peabody Police Department, the Peabody Fire Department, and Emergency Management Services. When I first became mayor, it was clear that our city's aging infrastructure required immediate attention. We set our sights first on downtown Peabody, where frequent flooding impacted homes and businesses, discouraged new economic development and opportunity, and generated terrible headlines for Peabody across the region. You all remember those days, Channel 4, 5, 7, Fox, just waiting to get videos of some flooding issues we were having. It was a major problem for all of us, and we had to act. Utilizing community preservation funds, the city purchased 11.5 acres of land from the former Eastman Chellerton Corporation, now of course Rousselot, and built a Scouting Way retention basin, which holds millions of gallons of stormwater upstream that otherwise would flow and flood downtown Peabody. We also secured millions of dollars in state grants to rebuild Main Street and Peabody Square, creating a safer, more attractive environment for people and commerce. Over a decade later, the revitalization of downtown Peabody continues strong with the opening of new shops, restaurants, a black box theater, to the North Shore Children's Museum, and the Bell Inn and Tavern. I'm also very happy to report that construction is underway on the new Brody's Pub next door and a new restaurant at the site of the former Century Bank. Downtown Peabody has come a long way in the past decade, and there still is a lot of work ahead of us. But gone are the days when Main Street was a dangerous high-speed cut-through with vacant and abandoned storefronts, no foot traffic or nightlife, and those local news trucks that used to camp out, waiting for floodwaters to rise. They are long gone, too, off chasing bad news somewhere else. Last year, we marked the completion of the Clean and Sustainable Water Infrastructure Project, a four-phased initiative to stabilize, modernize, and upgrade Peabody's water system. While most cities and towns rely on the MWRA and other expensive sources for drinking water, Peabody will continue to produce our own and control our own rates for generations to come. In 2023, we utilized $600,000 from the state to replace the Endicott Street Bridge and ensure safer and more efficient travel for thousands of vehicles each day in this vital area of our city. And beginning this spring, we will utilize $20 million in state and federal funds to rebuild the entire Central Street corridor, beginning at its intersection with Walnut Street and continuing through Wilson Square to Route 114. This project includes a new road surface, sidewalks, crosswalks, and traffic signals, and modern landscape and design amenities. It will improve traffic flow, accessibility, and the safety and quality of life of countless Peabody residents and business owners. Rebuilding, repairing, and preserving Peabody's physical infrastructure will continue to be among my top priorities as mayor. I believe that we have an obligation to future generations, and I know all of us feel this way, to leave our city in better condition than we found it. Our city's namesake, George Peabody, believed that education is a debt due from present to future generations. Working together, we have invested wisely in our students, teachers, administration, staff, in our school buildings. Since becoming mayor, we have partnered with the state to extend the life of several of our neighborhood elementary schools, including the Burke and McCarthy schools, and currently work being done on the Center School. In 2016, we opened the new Higgins Middle School, to date the largest construction project in the city's history. The project, completed on time and under budget, benefited from a 56% reimbursement from the Massachusetts School Building Authority, the MSBA. More recently, the Webb School has been transformed into a modern, green, energy-efficient, full-year facility for educational and community use. The MSBA also partnered with us on this project and is set to reimburse the city approximately 60% of the construction costs. And as some of you may have heard, last month, the MSBA's Board of Directors voted to invite the City of Peabody into its funding program for a new Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. Although much hard work lies ahead, the vote represents a major milestone for our city. In just a few years, Peabody will be home to a new high school, which meets the needs of our students, facility and staff, and one in which our entire community can be proud. Improving the quality of life in Peabody means supporting residents and families who are struggling with the ongoing opioid epidemic. I'm proud that last year we created the city's Social Services Department under our Health Department. And I believe, besides Boston, I believe that we might be the only city that has created this. And I know other cities and towns have reached out and are looking to do something similar that we have done. The goal of the City of Peabody's Division of Social Services is to support the well-being of Peabody residents by identifying needs, providing resource referrals and crisis stabilization, and coordinating access to physical, mental, and behavioral health care services. The Division of Social Services also coordinates substance use prevention programs within the city, including opioid use prevention and opioid use harm reduction and treatment programs, as well as primary prevention programs that foster positive youth development. This is being funded through a settlement that the City of Peabody and many cities and towns across Massachusetts have settled with opioid manufacturers and distributors. And we as a community, and I want to thank Councilor Turco and others, this is how we felt best to be able to attack this problem and show that Peabody cares and wants to help. Improving the quality of life in Peabody also means taking care of our lakes, ponds, and other natural resources. It means creating new recreational opportunities and improving existing ones, preserving our precious open space and keeping our city affordable for its residents. After the long-awaited restoration of Crystal Lake was completed in 2018, we used a similar hydro-raking process to restore Elginwood Pond. We also installed a fountain and kayak launch to Browns Pond and contracted with Solitude Lake Management to provide ongoing lake and pond maintenance. We have completed at least 2 park improvement projects each year of my administration, most recently installing a new playground at Whitney Park. This year, improvement projects are also slated for Lalicos Park, Farnham Park, Corbeil Park, and the Adventures for Angels playground at Ross Park. We have also built the South Peabody Trail, the Peabody Dog Park, the Coach Bob Driscoll Mini Pitch, and the James Street Park Echo Campus and Plaza. Last month, the city purchased approximately 135 acres of land located at 80 Granite Street in South Peabody, formerly owned by Rousselot. The parcel includes approximately half of the meadows at Peabody Golf Course. It also includes additional acreage abutting Cedar Grove Cemetery and several surrounding neighborhoods. The purchase enables the city to own the entirety of the golf course and ensure that it continues to thrive for generations to come. Coming off one of its most successful seasons, the Meadows is considered among the very best municipal golf courses in the region. It is a great source of pride for Peabody residents and consistently provides the city with a substantial stream of revenue. Together with our acquisition earlier last year of 80 acres of open space adjacent to 80 Granite Street, the city has purchased and preserved over 200 acres of open space in the past year alone. I want to thank the City Council for the unanimous support of both land acquisitions. Looking ahead, the city will utilize a $10 million state grant to extend the Peabody Independence Greenway, otherwise known as the bike path, the construction of 2 new trails. The first trail is a 2-span steel pedestrian bridge over Route 1 from the former Latitudes Fitness Building across the highway to the Hallmark Building. The bridge will connect the trail that begins at Russell Street near Boston Street at the Middleton-Linfield line and ends at Lieutenant Ross, Cytenny Park, with the extension of that trail beginning at Clark Road and ending near Leahy Clinic. The second trail will extend the bike path from the end of the Leahy Clinic Trail to the new Endicott Street Bridge, bringing the entire trail to approximately 10 miles in length. The extension of the bike path will be a lengthy process, with the engineering and public hearing phases still to come. Make no mistake, however, Peabody will soon be home to one of the premier trail systems in the region. Last month, I presented to the City Council an update on the continued strength of the city's finances. Peabody's economy, particularly our housing market and commercial sector, have continued to surpass expectations. Our average residential home value has increased by 10% again this year to $584,000, the highest on record. Homes for sale in Peabody continue to come off the market quickly and often well over asking price. Our investment in public safety, education, infrastructure, and quality of life continue to pay dividends. We continue to deliver the high level of municipal services that residents expect while boasting the very lowest residential tax bill of any city or town in Essex County. While Peabody's immediate future includes building a new public safety facility, a new high school, a new Central Street, and new bike path trails, among other minor projects, what about Peabody's long-term future? Last year, we announced the launch of Vision 2035, a comprehensive update to the city's master plan. A new master plan is key to maintaining Peabody's growth and vitality over the long term. We seek input from Peabody residents and business owners because of their perspective will help create the most inspiring vision for our city's future. One that includes additional housing, particularly affordable workforce housing in areas of the city where the need is greatest. We've made good progress in this area in the past few years, and we will work to continue our progress in the years ahead. Better public transportation to help residents get into Boston via Salem and to help reduce traffic congestion on our streets. Targeted economic development in downtown Peabody, Centennial Park, and the Route 1 corridor, among other areas. And a continued focus on open space preservation, recreation, and quality of life. Being mayor of the city of Peabody has been a great joy of my life, the highlight of my working life, and it's something that I always treasure and greatly appreciate and never lose sight of the importance of the role that we do as a community in setting the course for the future. Working together, we have improved our city and made Peabody a more desirable place to live, work, and raise a family. I look forward to continuing our work into a very bright future in Peabody. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
I'd now like to invite Bishop Derenay back to the podium for a closing prayer.
And once again, thank you for standing up for closing prayer. And I will pray for my new friends I met downstairs who helped me to take the pressure down. You know, they said, relax, you will do it. And I will pray in French Creole, and the blessing will be in English. Amen. Éternel notre Dieu, une fois encore merci. Merci pour ta bonté, merci pour ta miséricorde. Merci, cher Seigneur Dieu, pour police département. Merci, éternel notre Dieu, pour firefighters. Merci, cher Seigneur Dieu, pour school community. Merci, éternel notre Dieu, pour staff de City Hall. Merci, éternel notre Dieu, pour tout le monde, cher Seigneur Dieu, qui participe, éternel notre Dieu. Tout elderly, cher Seigneur, et ainsi, vétérans, éternel notre Dieu, nous demandons grâce et faveur. Une fois encore, cher Seigneur, pour continuer béni, 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 éternel notre Dieu, tout staff, cher Seigneur Dieu, qui mettait tête ensemble, éternel notre Dieu, pour avancement, travail, Peabody. Nous disons merci, cher Seigneur Dieu, et pour chorale Peabody, qui chantait, cher Seigneur Dieu, gloire, qui manifestait grandeur, une fois encore. Nous disons merci, assistez-nous, pas quittez-nous seuls. Nous prions au nom de Jésus-Christ, à lui soit la gloire, puissance, la majesté au siècle des siècles. Amen. Final blessing. May the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the communion of the Holy Spirit be with you all. Amen.
Can I get a motion to adjourn? Thank you. We are adjourned. That concludes the ceremony this evening. There are some refreshments in the back. Thank you.